I just want to say a few words about picking apples. This is a box of Laxton's Epicure, which I'm planning to take to a market tomorrow. And there's another box of Laxton's Epicure, which I'm planning to take to market tomorrow. And there are some Laxton's Epicure in the trees. You'll note that some of these are quite green. Those in the box are pretty decently red, but the apples on the ground, and there are a lot of apples on the ground, I've been eaten by wasps, been eaten by birds, are sort of very deeply red, a lot of them. And I've taken a bite out of a few of these, and they're really rich, they're really full of sugar, they're really full of lovely fruity taste, and they're on the ground. And why are they on the ground? Because they reach the point of perfect ripeness when they should have been picked, but they didn't get picked. We didn't pick them, and they've fallen, which is a pity. There's one that's perfectly ripe. Just watch how easily this comes off. You see what I mean? That came off ever so easily, didn't it? And so did these when they fell off with the wind last week. Right, so what I'm saying is that you need to know about your apples, know your apples. They ripen at different seasons, they'll fall off more quickly when it's windy. Some apples change colour when they reach perfect ripeness. You don't want to hang around, you want to pick them at the right time. With early apples like these Laxton's Epicure, store them cool, eat them or sell them within 1 or 2 weeks. Don't try to store them because they're not storing apples. They're apples to eat ripe in late summer. Apples that ripen much later, they're different. I'll say a bit more about some of those as I do videos about the later ripening apples. The key thing is we are not full-time professional farmers. I have my daytime job. Julia is the main carer for our 23-year-old handicapped daughter, and has a whole load of other things to do. We could do with a servant, really, to do a lot of stuff, but we're not out here, we don't live on the farm, we live 3 miles away from the orchard. The authorities won't let us build a house here. Don't send me loads of emails asking why. We live in Britain, it's not really a very free society, and I've written an essay about that on the website, but yeah, you can look up if you like. But just a warning, you know, ideally you really do want to keep a close eye on your apples, and once they start falling, that's usually a pretty good indication that you ought to be picking them. Now these need not be completely wasted. We can pick these up and maybe give them a good wash and crush them, maybe make some cider. Now I wouldn't dream of picking these up and making juice and then offering that juice for sale unless I'd pasteurised it first, because of the risk of maybe some contaminating organisms. But yeah, anything to do with cooking them, you could pasteurise the juice. Hey, if you washed these and made juice and drank it yourself, that'd be no problem, but you shouldn't sell it. So the key thing is be aware of the season, of ripeness of your apples, and when they're coming ripe, watch them every day, and then pick them and use them in their right season. Okay, we got a lot of things wrong when we planted and planned this orchard. One thing that I'm absolutely certain we got right was the idea of planting apples which ripened successionally in different seasons. So we've got some very early fruits that are already long gone. These are second early fruits which are in the height of their season and we'll be selling for the next week or two, and there are many other apples which will just start to become ripe in about 3 weeks, others that won't be ripe until they've been picked in mid to late October and then stored for a month. So when you're planning your orchard, and I hope lots of you are, I know a few of you are, planning orchards, think about the different seasons of ripening. It's a really important thing. What you do not want to do is plan to have a load of apples which will all ripen at once, otherwise you'll have this situation times 10, and you don't want that.